Hello there, this is James and you're watching Tixee Live. In today's program, I want to discuss oil, which is again on the move. As well as that, I want to have a quick chat about the ECB Forum, which is happening right now in Portugal. So we'll talk about that too. But before we get into all this, don't forget, these little programs are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence, and of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out the way, let's get started. So, oil again. Oil has been boosted by supply concerns once again. I know those of you who were with me, you were kind enough to join me yesterday. We discussed and had a look at oil prices. It was around $105 a barrel, $106 a barrel on concerns of, slowdown. And it was actually these commodities which were under pressure, giving the market a little bit of a better mood, so to speak, a bit of optimism. Not that optimism has changed. No, we'll talk about that as well. But anyway, the reason why oil has suddenly been boosted is because of two major factors. One is that Libya and Ecuador have indicated a reduction in their supply due to political difficulties in both of their countries. So already they're saying that we're not going to be able to hit our quota of what we said we were able to supply. So that, again, has sort of rattled the market. And the other thing which is affecting supply fears is that the G7 leaders are discussing a proposal to price cap on Russian oil and Russian gas, which again scares the market in relation to supply. So we've got that occurring at the same time. So both Libya and Ecuador already saying they're struggling to hit their quotas, but now the G7 is looking at ways to even, to tackle Russian oil prices. So that again is scaring the market in relation to supply. Now we have got OPEC Plus meeting to meet again this week to discuss supply, and there is talk about them obviously increasing production, but they discussed this several weeks ago, don't forget. And though oil initially came under pressure when they said they can increase production, the reality sat in that even if they could increase supply, don't forget we get the raw stuff they get out of the ground, okay, or out the sea, okay, that still needs to be refined into the product that we use, and we've got a problem with that. We haven't got enough inventories to refine this. So even if we increase supply, there's still that problem as well. So anyway, let's have a quick look at oil and see where it is at the moment, what it's done on the back of these two stories. Okay, yesterday when we were talking, it was trading at the beginning of the day around about $105.71 on the back of this G7 issue, or this G7 discussion, and Libya and Ecuador were now once again trading at $110.20 a barrel again. So that's quite a big move on the back of that. Bear in mind where we started yesterday. In fact, though, oil has been on the move slightly higher over the last 3 trading sessions. So, if we look at Brent as well, Brent's a similar picture, okay, on the back of these stories. Brent at the beginning of the day was trading around, just around about here, wasn't it? About $109 a barrel. It's currently trading though we are seeing a little bit of sell-off at the moment. It's on an hourly chart. It's currently trading at $113 a barrel and 17 cents. So this story has really sort of done a bit of a turnaround for oil. And again, you know, we have these concerns of supply. So this is a story at the moment. G7 and Libya and Ecuador. So yeah, what else is happening? That's enough for oil, because we talk about oil a lot. We have to, because oil is affecting our lives across the globe at the moment. So, and it's really, you know, adding more pressure to the energy crisis that faces us at the moment. But what else is happening? At the moment, we've got the ECB Forum. You remember it started yesterday in Portugal. The main topic of this forum is going to be, you guessed it, fighting inflation. Because obviously, don't forget, as well as with the energy crisis, we have a massive global inflation problem as well. In fact, some people have already said some stuff out of this conference, out of this forum already. ECB policymaker Martin Kazak, okay, he has said 25 basic points in July, 50 basic points in September is the best case. Though he also said it may be worth looking at 50 basic points rate hike in July. So that's quite an aggressive thank you very much. That's a nice question. How's work going? Thank you. Yeah, it's going very well. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it and finding it useful. Thank you, sir. I love the interaction. What I was saying, so he's saying 50 basic points rate hike in July. So obviously he's quite hawkish in the ECB. He's quite hawkish. However, someone is speaking right now, right as we speak, and this is why I have my phone next to me. So if there's any headlines of what is said at this very moment, I can share with you, okay? And that is, let's see if there is any headlines, I'll tell you who it is. No doubt you could probably guess who's speaking at the moment, who I'm getting excited about. Kazak is a hawk, but the person speaking right now, in my opinion, is very dovish, and that is obviously Christine Lagarde. She's doing our keynote speech right now as we speak, and I'm keeping my eyes and ears, many eyes, out for any headlines which may break, and if it does break, I will share it with you live on air. I tell you what's going to be also interesting. I know the main focus of this forum is all going to be about inflation. However, I wonder if we get anything out of this in relation to Russian gas and Russian oil as well, whether they will come out and join, as well as that, the UK, United States, Canada, and Japan, on banning Russian gold imports as well. So it'll be interesting to see if anything comes out of that, because don't forget, Europe has got a really, really dramatic energy crisis at the moment, especially with the Russian gas. Okay, which they, you know, Europe relies on 40% of Russian gas to run everything. So this is a big problem. And don't forget, last week, as we discussed, Germany went to phase 2 of their emergency gas plan. Hey, it's my friend Jonah. How you doing, buddy? It's fun, but it's my phone. It's a big one, but that's why I like to try and work from it and keep the headline on it. But it's a phone. It's a Galaxy Ultra 22. You know, it's good for what I need it to do. But as I was saying, with this, I think that it'd be interesting to see if any developments in relation to that, if they go alongside the United States, UK, Canada, Japan with gold, but more about gas, because like I said, there's a huge gas crisis in Europe, which I think is just going to get worse and cause more problems for Europe. So I think it'd be interesting to see if any developments come with that. So how is the market at the moment in general, despite those 2 headline stories we had at the beginning? Don't forget what I did say yesterday, that the market was optimistic because of the fall in commodity prices. And despite the fact we've seen an increase in oil and Brent and WTI, there is still a bit of risk appetite on the market as it stands. So then again, it's like they're almost sort of like ignoring it at the moment, these concerns. But let's have a quick look, see what's moving and what's going on. So let's have a quick look. First of all, as we're talking about the ECB Forum, let's have a look at the euro, where the euro is. Okay, the euro currently is trading, it's still trading around that level we've been watching. It's currently trading just above it. that level we kept an eye on, we put in last week. It struggled to really penetrate through 10578. It's trading slightly above that at the moment. Obviously, I think it had a bit of a boost early in the session due to what obviously Martin Kazak said in relation to 50 basis points. But at the moment, it's still just hovering, so quite range bound. If you look at the cable is still way below that level we've been watching. It tried to boost it and break it yesterday. It currently is at that key level we've been watching, don't forget, 123.15. So yeah, it's sideways as well. Dollar yen is a bit more bullish. It's got that 136 level in its sights once again. It's currently trading at 135.77. So obviously bit of bullish behavior with that. Gold. Let's have a look at gold as well. We always talk about gold, don't we? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry if you're bored of me talking about gold, but I can't. Gold is trading under that level it held it up at the moment, which has now become a potential resistance. That level we've been watching as support, $1,828, is now proving as a potential resistance level. So it's trading just below that. If we have a look at Bitcoin, again, risk appetite, it's fallen back under. It managed to get to 21,000 yesterday. It's now fallen back down below that, under that key level we watched at $20,929. So yeah, a bit of a mix. There's a bit of risk appetite is also fairly mixed and sideways. If you look at the S&P 500, okay, yeah, slightly still keeping some of its gains it's made yesterday and Friday, currently trading at 3,915 points. So what else is happening? It'd be interesting to have a look. Apart from we've got Langard speaking right now. We've got a couple of other people speaking as well, but Langard's the main event. We have U.S. consumer confidence coming out today as well. That's due at 2 p.m. UTC. So it'd be worth keeping an eye on that as well. Because obviously, if confidence is waning, then that could spook the market as well. So it'd be worth keeping a key eye on that. Other events for the week, you already know. I've told you, I share with you, but I share with you again. Bank of England Governor Bailey speaking, Germany CPI, US GDP, Germany retail sales, US initial claims, UK GDP, EU CPI, and US ISM manufacturing. So we've got a fun-packed week ahead of us. The market, like I say, if we look at the indices, FTSE is currently up 1.04%, DAX currently trading 0.41% higher, and Eurostoxx 50 is currently trading at 0.73% higher. Don't forget, you can ask me questions anytime you like. Also, simply just say hello, like that gentleman did, and like my good old friend asked me a question about whether or not my huge phone was a laptop. But yeah, so yeah, please feel free to ask me questions whenever you wish. Let's have a quick look while we're here. Actually, while I've got it out, let's see if there's any headlines from Langard at all. Maybe it's just her opening speech, so I don't know if we have anything dramatic come out of it. No, nothing at the moment. No news at the moment. Okay, but like I say, don't forget, you can always ask me questions or simply say hello. Don't be shy. Give it a try, as I always say. If there's no further questions, okay, thank you, everybody who's joined me today. I really appreciate that. Don't forget, I'll be back online again today at 1 p.m. UTC. During that program, I have a bit of a special announcement to make as well. So please come along and join me for that. And like I always say, if you're watching me on Facebook and you like it, by all means, give us a follow. If you're watching me on YouTube and you've enjoyed it and found it useful, subscribe if you like. Hit the notification button so you know next time I'm going live. And if you have found this little program interesting and useful and you've put up with me, give me one of those. I see I've got a couple of likes already, which I really appreciate it, but give me one of those if you've found this program useful. Anyway, till then or till later this afternoon, remember, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence, and of course, know the risks at hand to entering any trade. Till next time, every single one of you, trade safe.